Yo, what's up, Hillbillies? I had a crazy idea. It's the it's probably the last day that it's going to be above 20 degrees today. So I thought I'd treat you to my first ever long form Hillbillies video. First and only, never doing this again because it's stupid and I'm bored. We're going to do a little evening adventure, which is what I typically do when I can be asked on a sunny evening. And that is look for mushrooms and do a little bit of fishing. So the first step is always say goodbye to Rabbit. Bye, Rabbit. Fuck off. So I got everything I need for a great adventure. Trusty fishing rod in the back. Trusty bin bag attached to my trousers for mushrooms. And trusty headphones so I don't spend too much time with my own thoughts and start considering suicide. I'm not sure how many people have seen this before, but our house is basically down this little bit here, and we're the last house down this road. And then it's basically just hundreds and hundreds of acres of woods. So this is what we're venturing into today. Probably when you think about the Swedish woods, you picture this just amazing green woodland, like kind of similar to the UK, which it is. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of trees here. But with that, there's also a lot of deforestation. And when we moved here, for example, this patch behind me, this was all trees. Now look at it. It's all been cut down. Likewise, up here, this section was all just full forest when we moved here. I remember seeing a couple of deer just bouncing around in the woodland over there. But now, as you can see, it's all just been cut down. But there's obviously a reason for it. We need the wood. Sweden exports a shit ton of wood out to the world. And obviously we need to build stuff with it, so it is what it is. Oh Jesus, I just fucking did! Check that out. That was insanely close. It scared the living hell out of me, and I was trying to be serious as well. So this is probably, after that deer fiasco just a second ago, it's probably a good time to mention that someone saw a wolf on this road the other day. So yeah, I probably shouldn't be spending too much time staring at my phone and not looking around. And there is, obviously, when you're walking in the Swedish woods, there's the very real danger that you could see a bear, you could see a wolf, and probably more often than not, which is the case here, you'll see wild boar and maybe moose. And we know that a bear was seen around 2 kilometers away from where I am now. So yeah, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. It's started to get into hunting season now. It gets pretty popular down this road with hunters, because pretty much all that's down here is woodland and then a few little hunting spots. So I've just seen a car go past me, which I pretty much never see when I'm going down this road. Sweden is known as a place with many lakes. There is actually 5 right near our cabin, all within about a 20 to 30 minute walk away. We're about 10 minutes into this walk now, and I've passed 3, but the fishing in them is really bad. They're too shallow, or one of them's protected, so I'm not allowed to fish there. Technically I'm not allowed to fish in any of these because I don't have a license, but we're going to go so deep in the woods that there's no one's ever going to check. Well, I hope not anyway. Hillbillies, we're about to reach my favourite part of this walk. It's about 15 minutes down this road, which is lovely and all, but I've walked this so many freaking times, it's so boring. I love just stepping off the road and going straight into the woods. I'm gonna let you guys into a little bit of movie magic secret. I just took that film because I thought it would look cool, but that's not actually the way I get into the woods. And also, obviously I had to climb back down from that cliff to get my phone, so it was pointless. This is it. This is where shit gets serious. This is where you have to be really careful and listen out for any small sound of a creature that can kill you. Actually, I'm just kidding. We're just going to walk like normal and hope nothing happens. Immediately you can probably see that the woods is much thicker now. It's interesting because this woodland is actually owned by one dude. I think he has about 200 to 300 acres of woodland around us. And that's why there's deforestation, because he's just a private dude that sells the wood. It's kind of like a business. Also, you do have to do things like go through and thin out the woodland, which means cutting down certain trees. Look after it. Obviously, you've got to make money too. But when you cut down trees, you're supposed to put more up. But I'll show you in a minute. What happens is you get these really man-made looking forests where everything's just road and lines. It's like a bloody tree farm. Just stumbled upon a bloody giant ant nest. Fuck me. After a few weeks ago where it rained for like 3 weeks, it's been mosquito heaven, and they're absolutely everywhere. Like, I've been bitten more times and in more places than I can count. And in this woods in particular, when I'm looking for mushrooms, usually I get absolutely swamped. But today I've just caped myself in anti-bug cream, and I'm just going to hope for the best because I'm wearing a very thin top. Now we have to cross the treacherous ravine. So now we've entered one of those woodlands that has, you know, it's like more of a tree farm, and you can see like how much of it's just been cut down. And this is probably years and years and years and years ago, because all of the new trees are like this tall by now. But you know, it just gets left looking like this. Lots of scraps everywhere. And if you look, every tree is kind of in a straight line, like as much as they could do it. And it's just very natural but man-made at the same time. And obviously when you walk around an untouched woodland, all of this ground is full of life. And here you can see it's just moss and bits of old tree. These trees are too thin for my hulking muscular body. Very difficult to do that gag. You can see the lake that we're heading to through these trees here. I'm probably about 25 minutes into this walk now. And I should probably mention the reason we're going here is because last year I stumbled upon this amazing mushroom patch. And I passed it the other day and it was full, but they were still small, so I've been meaning to come back and try and pick them all. It's funny as well because everyone keeps their mushroom patches super secret. At least they never tell you where they are. It's not like the biggest secret in the world, but if you ask them, they ain't gonna tell you. So this one's actually very far into the woods, so I doubt anyone's ever gonna stumble across it. But still, don't check the geographical location of this video. Now we've reached the lake. It's funny, this lake is one of the first places I was when I decided I wanted to move here, because I'll show you in a minute, but there's a rowboat on the other side of this lake. It's the closest one to Johanna's parents, and I came out fishing. I remember it was like 15 degrees. I was in my short t-shirt just fishing in the middle of this lake, and you can't hear anything else from the rest of the world. You're literally just in the woods, just you. It's amazing. So now it's pretty cool that we also live like 20 minutes away. See all the green crap on the floor? it's super dry in the summer, and then when there's rain it just soaks it all up and it becomes a massive slip trip hazard. So bloody peaceful, isn't it? You know, this lake, I love it. I pretty much always catch fish when I'm here, but I always catch pike, and I really don't want pike, I want perch. Fuck it now. I'm walking a really weird way for content. That's what I do for my hillbillies. Ow! Wait a minute, hold on a second. What's that? That's edible mushrooms. Now that is kind of how hard it is to spot them, but also how kind of easy. Look at that. Boom, patch. Boom, patch. Boom, patch. Boom. Those ones might kill you. Don't fucking touch those. So here's the type of thing I'm looking for. These ones in particular, they have a funnel, so a hole down through the middle, and then they have this kind of long stem, and then that type of base. Like, they're really easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. There are some that are very similar that are poisonous, but this is good. When I pick these, I kind of go just above the stem, because I'm hoping that if I don't rip the whole thing out, then it will continue to grow in the same spot. One really sad thing about this time of year is obviously it starts to get dark, it starts to get cold. You can't really come out here as much, you can't go swimming in the lakes. Like, I can't really be asked to fish too long when it's cold. But mushrooms go a little bit mental for the next like 1 or 2 months. So it's like a nice, really nice end to the year when the summer's over and you start getting depressed. Then you're like, well, at least I can go hunt mushrooms for a bit. I wish I could describe to you how freaking itchy I am right now. I'm just getting bitten every second. It's crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. This is the spot, guys. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's mushroom freaking gold mine. It's funny because, like, I kept saying online, people finding these amazing spots of just full of mushrooms, and I'm like, why the hell are we never finding this? And then last year I went fishing in this lake, and I just stumbled upon this, and I almost wept with joy. It was so cool, and I'm super happy to see that it's a fruitful place again. Hillbillies. I just stumbled upon another mushroom that I know. This is one that I learned about the other day, which is edible, but you're not allowed to pick it because it's red listed. But take a look at this. I don't know how well you can see it, but they're called pig's ears, which is kind of what they look like, so it makes sense. But I really wish you could see how many mosquitoes are on me right now. This is insane. Fuck you! This is one of them nice big patches I've been looking for. How is this for a spot? See back there by that big ass, where am I going? Over there. That's where the rowboat is I was talking about earlier. But it's a little bit too far for me to walk all the way around, and this is a good fishing spot, so I'm going to stay here. Last time I was here I caught a freaking massive pike in my second or third cast, but I didn't land it. So let's have a quick go and see if I can get something. Jävla mega! What's up, Hillbillies? Yeah, I decided to make it really light today. So I just have a little telescopic rod and a little Tupperware box with some spinners in. Oh shit, it's exploded in my bag. Oh, there's two of them at least. This isn't the first time that's happened, and every time I try and like untangle it and then end up just ripping it, and every time you rip it, it just gets stuck in another part of the bag. But yeah, it's out now. Anyway, I'm going to be using one of these two spinners, have a few casts and see what happens. Fucking fast cast. Fast cast. It's a pike. Look at this. Oh, it just came off. I couldn't show it to you, but it's a little pike about that big. Can't keep it anyway, don't really want them. So if a pike have really sharp teeth, so if they come off, I don't really give a shit. But it is still kind of cool to bring them in. Well, that's it, Hillbillies. I'm done. I fished for about 20 minutes. To be honest, I don't really want fish tonight. And I also don't want to bore you with the walk home. So, goodbye. I hope you liked this adventure. You know what? Maybe I'll do a little montage of the walk back with some nice calming music through the forest.